Hey, what's up YouTube? My name is Aaron Chase, I'm a drummer, and there's been a question on my mind, and it's probably on yours too. Is it worth it? Are some of these long, drawn out, exhausting gigs that us drummers or us musicians play worth it in the end? But as musicians, there are those non-ideal gigs that we sometimes have to take. Let me know in the comments your worst gig that made you question, is all of this really worth it? The whole point of this video is that I want to share an experience with you where maybe the context of the gig wasn't ideal, but in the end, very worth it. Saturday morning, we loaded the trailer and drove 3.5 hours from Nashville to Lexington, Kentucky.
Oh my God.
And got coffee, of course.
Pumpkin pie?
Slice of pumpkin pie.
This was our third year playing the National Association for Campus Activities Conference. So a little context behind this conference is that schools from the local region will come to this event looking for bands, comedians, actors, speakers, whatever, to entertain their campus. We've gotten a bunch of gigs from this, and it's really come in handy in terms of finding work and for the guys growing their fan base as well. Deggy is our booking agency for these college gigs, and Jeff and the whole team have been so incredibly helpful. At this conference, we play for about 10 minutes in front of a dozen or so college activity boards from across the region. Damien and Charlie also got to connect face-to-face with the people that would be hiring us. So on paper, this gig was long drive, set up, play for 10 minutes, tear down, talk, meet people, and then drive home. It's very easy for me to get discouraged on gigs like this because we don't even play a full set of music. We don't get to meet new fans that much. So the question comes into my mind a lot of, is this worth it? What's the point of us doing this? However, the seeds that we planted will grow in the form of connections and networks in the upcoming year with the schools that will hire us. What's really cool is as soon as we showcased and played our very short set, very quickly we started to get responses from these schools here and there saying, oh, we'd love to have you at our school. And as of this week, we've already had a bunch of schools express interest in us. And in the past, this is kind of how it's worked, where we show what we can do, we talk with these schools, they contact us through the booking agency, and we get gigs, we get work. This type of gig was very worth it for us. A tough gig, I believe, is worth it when there's something good that can come of it, and that's not always money. The point of this day was to make an investment for potential work in the future. And I should say too that this gig wasn't tough. The timing wasn't ideal. The drives, weren't the longest we've ever done. At the end of the day, it's up to you to decide what are your goals and values that need to be met when you take this gig. While this gig was worth it for us, maybe it wouldn't be worth it for you. Maybe you would see yourself wanting to invest your time in a different opportunity. Like instead of wanting to play colleges, you want to play corporate events or weddings. And I have played very hard gigs in not great situations where I didn't gain money, but I did gain credibility, experience, network, and friendships, which I definitely need as well. I also want to say a sincere thank you to Charlie and Damien, the heart and soul of Lost Stars. They are so kind in that on a day like that where they are planting seeds for the future and trying to get work, and it's an investment for their company, they aren't making any money on that day. But they do pay me for my time, and that's so nice and respectful of them. And yeah, I love working with them. Go check out their music. They're very dope dudes. Here are a few reasons why some of those gigs that get you frustrated of like, this is meaningless, why those are actually very valuable. Those gigs teach you very quickly what you want. Those gigs also grow your character. I've been on those gigs where Big breath. Okay. Testing my patience, but I'm growing stronger. Can I hold my cool even when I'm wanting to scream right now? And if you're on these tough gigs with some of your bandmates, some of your friends, it definitely grows you closer as a band going through hard stuff. Early on when I moved to Nashville, there was a need to say yes to as much as I could. But once I started making connections and finding a good community, finding good opportunities, I would say no to things that just didn't really make sense. And the factors that determined that sometimes were money. If it didn't pay at all, if the pay wasn't great and I could make more money that day at the coffee shop, just on a very objective need, I might say no. But as a musician for hire, saying no, this gig isn't worth it, varies season to season. When I'm really busy with a few projects and my hands are really full, I can't say yes to everything because I need to spend time at home. I need to spend time on my marriage. But in the slower season, those gigs that might not be ideal, maybe don't pay enough or the drive is too long, those gigs could be worth it. So I'm more likely to say yes to those gigs. So what are some factors for you that make a gig worth it? For me, the factors that make a gig worth it include money, time, music, and the people that I'm working with. So yeah, ask yourself what makes a gig worth it. But I need to remind myself too to keep an open mind. And there are seasons where I need to bust my butt and get as many gigs as I can, play with as many people as I can. And then there's other times of life where I just need to lay back and give that opportunity to someone else. Thank you so much for watching this video. I upload fairly regularly. I'm still a small channel, so every like, comment, and subscription really helps the channel. Let me know in the comments your best story of this gig was worth it or this gig really wasn't worth it. I'll see you soon.